Just kidding, of course. I'm not gone. I know I tried to trick you, but it probably didn't even work. Oh, I've got a setting to change actually as well, because Valve can't save the open mic threshold for some reason when you restart the game. It's just impossible to save your settings. Instead, they've changed Windrunner's name instead of making sure the game itself actually works. Thank you. Anyways, it's going to be Misha mid lane on the puck. I'm not actually that upset. I'm just being over dramatic. It's going to be Misha in the mid lane on the puck. Up in that top defensive lane, it will be Ink Dota here on the Weaver. We've got Nagish Sign going to be played by Tabo, and it's going to be Crystal Maiden also supporting up there on top. That's going to be JNT. And that leaves Timbersaw in the bot lane, going to be Kanoki.
30 seconds to battle.
Over on UnNerve here on the Radiant, we've got WWD going to be taking that Storm Spirit into the mid lane. Up top, we've got Trijax playing the Visage behind that, Hook Line and Tinker. That'll be our Rubik, and playing that bottom is going to be XCOM into the bottom lane, though we've got LeBron. We already talked a bit about this Clockwork versus Timbersaw matchup. I feel like it goes either way, maybe a slight edge to the Clockwork, but we'll see what happens here as the game gets underway. The horn sounds. MM2 is all chat, so it looks like, yeah, Trijax at MM2, telling everyone to shut up, and that, of course, is just a remnant of Counter-Strike, and I guess Half-Life. The message mode, too, is what it stands for, aka Team Chat. MM1 would be all chat, for those of you that don't know Counter-Strike terminology. We actually are also casting Counter-Strike right now as well. That's on the main channel tonight at Play CEVO, twitch.tv/Play CEVO. But if you want, you can go to CEVO.com/watch and you'll find everything in one place. And also, it looks beautiful, so you should check that out, as well as follow all of our Twitch channels. It means a lot to us over here, especially me. But the game gets started. It's an aggressive tri-lane here with a bottom, with a Rubik, with a Visage, going up against two heroes we talked quite a bit about. They both have these ensnares ensnare, believe it or not, as well as Frostbite. That bottom can leap out of, so if they initiate on the bottom, they may not get her. Rubik at level 6 will be able to steal that Sakuchi, as well as maybe one of those ensnares, so Hookline and Tinker are going to have a lot of stuff that he's able to steal this game. And here we go in the bot lane, fighting just around the creep. That's exactly what this Timbersaw has to do here. I mean, you get hit with the reactive armor, the creep attack you, it's fine, but when you get trapped in the cogs like that, well, not at level 1, it doesn't really matter, but level 2, level 3 more so, arrow searching, going to take out the creep stun. It's for 4 seconds. Was looking to catch out the Crystal Maiden or maybe the Naga Siren, but nothing will happen. The mid lane we also talked a little bit about. Pretty even matchup here. I would say maybe a slight edge to the Storm Spirit, but it's WWD 8-2. We've got Misha, who is definitely a notable player, a pretty skilled player in that mid lane on the puck. He's at 6-3, so the farm over there so far pretty even, but it's Clockwork who's actually having a pretty hard time in the bottom lane. We've got these two supports by the Radiant being annoying and doing what you got to do now at 6.79, contest these jungle camps, because whatever dies, the XP going to split multiple ways, and splitting 4 ways early on is actually kind of useless, but it's better than getting no XP if you're a support, and this is what Crystal Maiden can do best. This is why she's so popular right now. She can just jungle up Frostbite and creeps like that in the jungle. They stun the neutrals for 10 seconds, which is why that works out. So what is that? 100. That's 700 damage you can do there. A couple auto attacks, 1 level of Frostbite will clean out any of the large neutral creep. Well, with a couple of auto attacks and maybe some kiting after that, it almost gets the job done. They have got what, 950 HP, so it's a little bit more than that, but she can juggle pretty adequately, especially once she gets her arcane aura up, and for a support, getting items, and more importantly, getting gold to just buy up wards, buy up sentries, dust, smoke, whatever you need for the team that supports would normally buy up. Crystal Maiden can do it all, also maybe even getting early boots. That being said, she's also great at roaming in the early game, but when you get put up against an aggressive tri-lane, you don't really get the opportunity to leave the lane. That being said, in this game, we've got Weaver. He's easily left alone, but we got what, sentries, dust, no, nothing on any of these supports here in the aggressive tri-lane versus a Weaver. They're just maybe going to rely on that arrow to stun him up. We'll see. There are the lift as well, which is instant, which is annoying for the Weaver, not to mention able to steal Shikuchi later on. Mid lane, meanwhile, everything still staying pretty quiet. Bot lane, we've had the most action. Do we have 2 points in cogs? We don't. This is one of those matchups where 2 points in cogs, I think, is not a bad idea, just to drain that mana, because Timbersaw As we talked about earlier, especially more so before the remake, you really have to stay near the creep in this matchup as Timbersaw, because if you take the cogs solo, it's going to be a lot of damage, or excuse me, the battery assault solo, it's a lot of damage. Standing near the creep will mitigate that. But since you're standing near the creep, if you get 2 points in power cogs, take all the mana from Timbersaw, then Timbersaw's got nothing. He can't Whirling Death, he can't Timber Chain away, so you're able to dominate the lane in that sense. And how is that lane going? It's 19 and 5 on the Timbersaw. Clockwork having a bit of a hard time. First blood comes up top. It's the Weaver that drops. There is a sentry there by the Radiant. They're looking for some more. There's no Soul Assumption here. There's not enough mana. He's 10 0. No, he's got it right now. It's going to be the Crystal Maiden that will go down. So UnNerve on the board early, 2 and 0. Hookline and Tinker got pretty low. Storm Spirit in the mid lane also picking up a kill, 3 and 0. So I'm all lethargic here after that break. And well, at least we got to see some of the action. There was also a kill in that mid lane. Bottom lane, it's LeBron, I guess, winning in the trades in terms of taking the mana, but a little behind there in the farming category. But up top, it had to be that arrow that connected first on the Weaver. Yeah, Weaver was the first one to go down. Trijex followed up there on the Visage with that Soul Assumption. And they take him down. He goes 0 and 1, as well as Puck in the mid lane dropping. And Crystal Maiden, we did catch that action in the top lane going down. So 3 deaths suddenly for Team Chibiusa very early on in their laning stage, and we'll see how they can react off of that. With that kill in the mid lane, I think that's, well, the mid lane won there. I don't know, still more farm for the Puck, but it's an early kill there for WWD. Puck now was level 5 compared to level 6, so bottling up here, Storm Spirit might have another opportunity to get a kill early on, and if he does that, that might just shut Puck out of this middle lane. We will see. Puck might want to also quickly rotate when it hits level 6. Get that top lane back on the map as well, because we check out the Weaver, 9 CS, 2 denies to the bottom XCOM here at 19 and 9, so doing very well, getting kills as well as out farming in that lane. So far, every lane, mid as well as top, winning, more so just top. Mid's not really that bad, but bottom here for the Clockwork, not going so well. 12 and 2 in the CS to the Timbersaws, 28 and 9. So yeah, definitely going to be a key hero for Chibiusa's lineup, as Timbersaw normally is. Any early fights that happen that maybe get a little disarrayed or disorganized, Timbersaw is just going to try to capitalize on that. We've got LeBron hit 6, and he goes straight up into the top lane looking for Tabo here on the Naga potentially. Can he find him? He does find it. Had the rocket. He could have shot out the rocket to give some vision over in this area, and definitely could have landed that. Arrow coming through, looking for the Weaver, will not land. Tabo going to throw the net. XCOM not taking attacks from the tower yet. Gets him now. May want to lead. Bugs go out on the backside of this. Here comes LeBron, going to push that Crystal Maiden into the trees. Hooks out, right clicks in the face. That's Crystal Maiden down 5-0. Here comes Timbersaw. This is his big rotation first of the game. He might get the Visage. He misses the Timber Chain. Ink's going to pick it up, though. He will get the first kill for Team Chibiusa, 5 and 1. But it's Timbersaw that rotates and doesn't really get anything done. LeBron going to be annoying. Drop some cogs. Nicely done. Rubik going to possibly be taking the fall here. Not quite level 6 yet at just 7 minutes. He's going to stand up and man fight Ink Dota. It's a double kill for the Weaver. Puck picks up one in the mid lane as well. It's WWD that goes down. And let's see LeBron trying to man fight 2. Going to cog up onto Misha. Misha getting very, very low. Visage is there. That's going to go down. Clockwork with the kill. Now Kanyoki on the Timbersaw trying to chase, continuing to chase, Timber Chaining up into the trees. Soul Assumption goes out onto the Naga, going to force him back. Here comes JNT, going to be lifted by no. Rubik misclicks. Will throw forward to stun to make up for it, but it's still not quite enough. Wanted to pick up the Crystal Maiden. Bit of a misclick, and awkwardly enough, Timbersaw sticks himself up there on that high cliff with no mana. XCOM will spot him out. Walking into the choke point right now. Meanwhile, WWD in the top lane onto Ink Dota. There are no sentries there, nor dust on WWD's Storm Spirit, but he's trying to block off the retreat with the Remnants. They know Ink is sitting in the side shop and maybe thinking about TPing. He's going to try to get out. Will he pop the Remnant? He's probably not going to run through it himself. They see him. Actually, they don't see him.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Middle
attack.
tower, a little bit under siege, about half HP right now on the side of the Radiant. Haste Rune up top, going to go to WWD. He might try to kill Tabo with this. Supports are converging as well as the Puck. What's WWD going to do? Throws out. Oh, the Familiar's coming in with the stuns. Perfectly done. Going to be able to jaunt out of that. No, he's not. Will go down. Overload attack onto Tabo now with the Haste Rune still activated. And I think it's going to be the kill. Yep, going to go for it. One more attack should do it. No, the wand charge. He's got to go back in for a couple more. He's going to go down to this, though. It's a double kill, but he gives up his life. Luckily for him, I don't think Timbersaw got there in time. No one gets any experience for that, so it's not too bad. He would rather have not died. Kept trying to get out with one perfect auto attack. Saving those wand charges to the last second was Naga Siren. Who was that, actually? It's going to be Tabo. And meanwhile, up top, we've got Weaver in a bit of trouble. Starfall actually hit again, even though he was invis, or at least it sure looked like it did. XCOM maybe wants to look for some more, but he's got to be careful about the puck up here. Trying to get behind, dodges the orb, the silence goes out. Supports, though, rotating over here, the Weaver as well as the Crystal Maiden. As they continue to chase the puck, they're going to have to back off here for the side of UnNerve, or they could be in a bit of trouble. TP's coming in, though. That Storm Spirit. There's the arrow onto JNT. JNT going to disappear. He goes 0-3 right now. Meanwhile, lifted up onto the Rubik. Dream Coil onto 2. Going to try to jaunt away. Will do just that. Ink Dota, though, looking to chase. XCOM going to stun himself up. They will find Misha. Vortex through. Going to get a big silence. Auto attack should do it. They get the Weaver as well. Marana goes down, but once again, Chibiusa, no one picking up any XP from that. 10-second TP for the win, says LeBron. Oh, he must have died in the bottom lane. It goes down to the Timbersaw, as we see. Well, no clockwork and a lot of trees cut down with a Timbersaw standing there, so I'd say it's a pretty good assumption that Timbersaw took him out. Trying to TP up into the top lane. There was definitely a lot of action there. A lot of action all over the map for a while now, and it was 3-0, and then it was 5-3, and suddenly it turned into 11-6 as Storm Spirit picks up his all-time favorite rune. Is going to be that regen rune, and he's gone phase, interestingly enough, and maybe that's to just outlast it over the puck in the lane. It's an interesting choice, to say the least, picking up those phase boots on Storm Spirit. But he's got a bottle now, and he's going to look to finish up that Orchid. It's just a little squishy with only 853 HP. I'll be curious if he decides to go for a drums. I would doubt it, as you really want that mana regen more than just... I mean, big mana pool is nice. I'm surprised to see phase, though. It's normally Arcane Boots. Well, it's normally Treads. Maybe starting Arcane Boots if you want to disassemble, then go into Treads and pick up a quick Bloodstone if you take that route. But it's usually just Null Talisman off the start because of the what's left over from your laning phase into Treads, and then an Orchid. They're getting frisky with the puck in the mid lane, going to get silenced up, and this is where he's going to go down. Well, maybe not. LeBron with a nice counter initiation. WWD still alive for the meantime. Pops that regen rune, looking to ball around like crazy. Putting the regen rune to its fullest. WWD showing he knows the hero, but Tabo doesn't care how well he knows the hero. WWD needs the ball lightning over the cliff quickly. Trying to... Alright, yeah, that's that net. A little bit of a problem it has. Gets out of the cogs as well. LeBron trying to save him here. Who gets the kill there? Rubik takes out the puck. Clockwork takes out the Naga Siren. Timbersaw is going to fall here. It's a double kill for Timbersaw. He will chain over the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit goes down, but LeBron on the Clockwork picks up a double kill, 14-8. That was a really, really nice play there by Storm Spirit. I thought he was just being silly and being way over-aggressive. Then I realized he got silenced up. As soon as he almost went down in that initial silence, but near the end of the silence, he pops up the regen, starts to ball lightning, gets about half of his HP and mana back. Got hit somewhere in between. But yeah, nice play there. Had he ball lightning maybe a little more aggressively or just frantically after popping that regen, maybe he wouldn't have got hit at all. But he was also trying to get those overload attacks out in between. Goes down at the end of it, forces out the jaunt. The jaunt, apparently I'm calling it that. A little more attack. Wow, that's a big soul assumption. And there's that frostbite. Still can cast out of it. The limitations of the Naga Siren of the Crystal Maiden. And actually, let's check out their levels. We've got Crystal Maiden at level 5 here at 12 minutes, 12 seconds. Not the best place to be, looking to get up those Tranquil Boots pretty soon. Naga is at 6, Weaver at 7. And we find this Rubik on the team with 14 kills. Rubik's up to level 7 already at 12.5 minutes, which is going to be big. Able to steal that Sakuchi there from the Weaver very nicely. We've got Misha at 8, 8 for LeBron on the Clockwork, 8 for the Visage as well. That means his Soul Assumption is maxed out. He's also got 2 points in Gravekeeper's Cloak, so he's going to be pretty tanky now. The Bottom up at 8. Obviously picked up the Moonlight Shadows, looking to initiate here, looking to find this Weaver in the top lane. That's Ink Dota, but it's Timbersaw at level 9, so still doing pretty nicely for himself. The highest level over on Chibiusa, but WWD playing a pretty manly game. 5-3-5 is his KDA, level 11. As at 13 minutes, we will also go ahead and check out the net worth. We've got none other than WWD's Storm Spirit, top of the charts there, 4.3k. It's Timbersaw, who is his lane adversary at the moment here in the bottom lane. It's going to be Timbersaw Kinoki at 3.9k, the bottom at 3.9, actually, nope, just ball lightning away. Bottom also 3.9, that's XCOM. Then we've got Misha Dota on the puck at 3.2. Clockwork at 3.1. So yeah, I'd say he lost the bottom lane, had a good rotation. Looking for some more kills here. There should be Tabo going down. LeBron with 4 points in battery assault. He's going to get one kill here, maybe not. Tabo's been very, very good about holding these launch charges to the end, and it's LeBron who overextends and feeds himself. Will go down. It's Weaver that gets that kill. That does buy the attention of 4 heroes for the Dire, which just leaves Timbersaw free farming. Weaver's not getting too much done here. Maybe looking to pick up a familiar, but no. The resummon comes out by Trijex as he will head top. He's got a medallion. He's got sentry wards as well. Going to be very important as they try to push here. Rubik's picked up an urn. We've got XCOM, Phase Drums, Aquila. Looking back to WWD, will now go back for the Orchid after the Phase Boots. Interestingly enough, also a full Magic Wand for himself. And Phase Boots up on the Clockwork, not the tankiest of Clockworks either, which is maybe surprising. They've got the Storm Spirit a little squishier than he should be, as well as the Clockwork a little squishier than he should be. Although a lot of people love the Phase on Clockwork. I don't know. I feel like if you start getting those early kills and you're really snowballing out of control, Phase is the right choice just to be faster to chase, to hit a little bit harder in the cogs. But if you're on a level footing or falling behind, I think Treads is the right call. Just to be able to tank up all that much more. Just a little harder to kill. And we look at the puck here. Double damage in a bottle as well as power treads. 768 gold, but there's a big engagement in the top. Sleep goes out from Tabo. On point with the sleep once again. Will save the Weaver, who maybe could have time-lapsed that, but no, throws up. Nice bugs onto everybody. Trijex gets off one more Soul Assumption. Maybe another one. No. Ultimate from Crystal Maiden, but Trijex, Crystal Maiden, they're on the deck. Ball Lightning going to dodge the Starstorm. Tinker on the Rubik getting very, very low. Tabo going to go down. Tinker still alive. Going to try to Sakuchi out. He's been dusted. The real Sakuchi runs through him. LeBron going to drop on the Rubik, excuse me, the Clockwork, but it's WWD picking up a double kill in this fight as Trijex. Excuse me, I can't read tonight apparently. Ink Dota trying to run away. Trijex was the first to drop quickly after that. After a brief freezing field channeling, it's JNT that goes down on the Crystal Maiden. 18-12 though is the score after that, which I think is Chibiusa been making a little bit of ground. It looks like they have. The graphs slide a little bit back in their favor to what is now around a 2,000 gold lead, as well as a 5,000 experience lead here for UnNerve. And I know I talked a lot about it in between the delay here in game 1. Both of these teams are 7-2 as we head into week 5-2. Oh, I should, yeah. Good point, Kato guy. Sorry, I missed that when I was setting up the stream. Mid lane, we've got Misha in trouble once again. Will go down. Soul Assumption from Trijex. Gonna go ahead and secure that one. Moonlight Shadows, they're taking us somewhere. I don't know exactly where because they're in the mid lane at a tower. Don't know how that was really supposed to help them, but throws it out anyways. Maybe just looking at the minimap. As we will follow Hookline and Tinker. Let's see what he can get done. It's WWD though that is initiating. Maybe we should follow that. They take out the Crystal Maiden. The Satyr tries his best to KS it, but won't be able to. I'm going to fix the stream real quick.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top
Clearly don't know what I'm doing. Leaving it on. Counter-Strike Global Offensive was cast most recently on CEVO-1, so that was left as the game title. It is now switched to Dota 2, and if you're watching a game and have no idea what I'm talking about, then you should head to the stream. Tabo in trouble on the Naga. Siren lifted now. Nice chain stunning there between the two of them. Not that it mattered all that much. No ultimate. I mean, maybe a little less damage. A chance for her to throw a net, but it's just Weaver up there. Not going to be able to do much by his lonesome, and it's going to be power treads for the Weaver as well as a Bass. I think an ultimate orb just got scooped up. No, it goes for the Mithril Hammer and finishing up a Magic Wand, actually. So we're going to go for a BKB first, or maybe opt to just stay super squishy and go straight for a Deso to get some damage up. I'm not sure, but it looks like UnNerve starting to death ball here as in the bottom lane. Whoa, what happened there? Just conversion on those creep. Ink in trouble. Arrow going to be slightly off the mark.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Bottom tower in trouble for the Radiant. They get the top one, so the Dire top tier 1 now. Lies in Rubble. They TP to the bottom lane. Clockwork is going to be the first to show up. He's actually just running it over with his phase boots. Has a bottle as well as a bracer, so looking to maybe go another pair of drums. Of course, Mirana already has them, and it looks like Mirana here going for a Yasha. We'll see what happens. Misha could be in some trouble. LeBron going to get that battery assault started. Going to force out the orb, which now is available to them. They're going to run forward, try to throw out the Soul Assumption if they can get more damage on it. JNT maybe going to take the fall. Timber chaining through. Ultimate goes out. Ultimate goes out. Beyblade Arena here. And the sleep to try to disengage, but here comes Potom from the side, throwing out the arrow. Arrow gonna just miss Puck, forces out the phase shift though. Trijack still alive. One more Soul Assumption before he drops Hookline, and Tinker with a double kill with that stolen chakram. Here comes the real Timbersaw back into the fight. Pretty much full HP right there. Clockwork will go down. So far they've lost 3, they lose 4. XCOM drops on the Potom. 23-16 after that engagement. It's Team Chibiusa winning that fight in the bottom lane as they try to defend their tower, and instead of defending it, they end up fighting pretty far off the tower against a Timbersaw who is level 12, has Chakram up at level 2. Very, very strong. It was maybe not that much of a loss. Rubik did pick up a double kill, so I think it was either 4 for 2. I think it was 4 for 2, that trade overall. And here comes WWD, who is, I guess, maybe not there. Finds Tabo, has the Orchid of Malevolence up. He's 9-3-9 right now. Already used the Orchid. Going to continue to chase, going to pull back, and yeah, that's going to, wow, WWD very strong, and him not being in that fight explains why they maybe weren't able to take it, as that last exchange didn't go amazing for UnNerve, but they make up for it there. They get another 2. They take out the Timbersaw, who is level 12. He's, well, not quite doing the best for their team. It's 3 of the top 5 net worths for the Radiant. We've got WWD, as we'd expect, at 8,000 on the Storm Spirit for his net worth. 5.8k on XCOM's Potom, 5.6. That's 3rd overall, 1st for his team. Ink Dota on the Weaver, working towards that BKB. He's about 700 gold away from it. Then we've got the Puck, still just sitting on Power Treads with another 1,700 gold. Needs that Blink Dagger up at 4.8k net worth. And then we find the Clockwork now actually ahead of his lane adversary, the Timbersaw, who did do quite a bit better than him in the lane. It's Clockwork LeBron, 5-4 and 4 at 4.6k net worth. The Timbersaw goes for a casual cloak after the Arcane Boots, and now looking for the Bloodstone. Has the point booster on him at 4.3k, and a support that's done very well this game. It's Trijex on the Visage. Medallion Boots 1 sitting on 2,000 gold. Wards and Sentries supporting up, as well as that Medallion of Courage. So that means if they win a fight, they can go for a Roche pretty easily. Roche chilling with that Aegis of the Immortal, as he usually does. Arcane Boots up on the Rubik, buys a smoke now, has had the urn for a while here. That's Hookline and Tinker. He's 4-4 and 11. Actually, a lot of kills this game. We've got 9 on the Storm, 5 on the Brawn. Even the Weaver here for Team Chibiusa, they've been having a rough go of it in the early engagements. They trail now by 9 kills, but even that Weaver with 4. Then we've got both supports for UnNerve, the Rubik as well as the Visage, both sitting at 4 kills. Potom at 3, but everyone there positive right now for UnNerve. Would explain the score, would explain the gold graphs as well. 5,000 gold ahead, 7.5k XP, long range initiation there onto Ink. They get off the Orchid Arrow as well. Both of these heroes very good at trying to shut down that Weaver. Bird's gonna stun, and they turn around on Misha a little bit more. He shoots the orb the wrong way, and if he jaunts to it, he's gonna die to them eventually. And there's Trijex showing up, getting his 5th kill of the game with 2.3k gold. He's 1,900 off an Academ Scepter here at only 21 minutes as a support Visage. So very well, could be what he's saving up for. Could also be a mech. I mean, they don't have a mech. It would help out their team fight even more, but without it, they're already winning the engagement. So sometimes offense is the best defense? Offense is the best offense? I don't know. We'll see what he wants to go for. I don't think Aghanim Scepter would be bad. It's basically adding a 6th hero to your team with how strong those familiars are with the Ags, having 3 of them. Long range initiation into the Roche Pit using most of the mana. Kanoki takes a bit of damage, going to be silenced up. Frostbitten is WWD. Arrow coming in, will hit the Crystal Maiden. That's a 5-second stun, so she's dead. Poor JNT.
Nicely done.
29-16 is the score after that, and maybe they capitalize and go straight into the Roche Pit here. I see someone saying there's no sound in-game client, but there should be. Should be sound in-game.
Incoming!
Incoming! LeBron making those baskets. I live in Miami now. I get to be a LeBron fan without being accused of jumping on the bandwagon or whatever they might be accused of. I don't really follow basketball, but he's got posters of himself all over this city, and I would assume in many cities. I doubt that is LeBron James, though, on the clockwork. Maybe it is. He's done well this game. Through the mid-game, maybe struggled a little bit more than he should have in the lane. But it will be Ink Dota on the Weaver, scurrying away from that Storm Spirit with the Orchid, who can clean him up easily with his Orchid online, not to mention the Vortex into the Arrow combination, along with the Orchid, which we just saw at the top tier 2, which is actually no longer standing, so the Dire lose that. They hold on to their mid tier 2 and their bottom tier 2, and those are the towers that help the Dire really defend the Roche pit, so they don't go for the Roche yet on the side of UnNerve, thinking it may be just a little too risky with those those last remaining tier 2 towers still available, and they smoke in. They find LeBron. Perfect place to throw out Cogs. Maybe hesitated a little more than he should have, and he will go down. I think if he cogged up immediately right there and went down the hill, I think he, well, maybe wouldn't have got away, but would have had a lot better of a chance. Alright, now do they want to counter-initiate off of this? No, they don't. Okay, it was a Moonlight Shadow they used to get the Clockwork out of there, and I thought they were thinking about trying to turn it into an offensive one, but losing that Clockwork, he's a big part of their team fight right now. He also did go phase drums, another 1.3k gold, so it's probably an Aghanim Scepter coming for him. A gem comes out here onto the Visage. He bought it himself. He picks up a point booster and an Ogre Club, so he's 1,300 gold away from finishing up that Ag. Silence goes out by the Pucks. Oh, Arrow onto the Puck, 5-second stun, but there's enough of a defense here. I don't think they're going to be able to go for it. WWD, though, on the backside, he's like, I got this, don't worry. Can attack out of Frostbite, and he will actually just be able to go ahead and get away from that. No, Ink is going to find him, tries to dodge one more attack, not able to. Fade Bolt goes out as well as a Soul Assumption onto the Weaver. Tabo getting chased down here by the Familiars. Familiars are annoying. That's a very good word for them. Hook forward, though, onto the Timbersaw. Hook out by the Timbersaw, and we'll check out Tabo. He's going to be good. He picks up a Haste Rune, so the Familiars, he's going to leave them in his dust. That's Ink Dota and XCOM having a one-on-one battle here. Now the tides get a little unfair as Visage and the Familiars show up. Going to drive back off Ink Dota from the lane. So at the end of the day, it looks like only the two mids went down there. The Storm Spirit as well as the Puck. Puck, though, apparently level 5 or something, respawns already. Level 11. We've got WWD at level 17 right now on the Storm Spirit, doing very, very well. And just to show you, this Rubik here is level 11, the same as the Puck, who was mid. This Visage is also level 11, one of the, well, not the strongest level of Familiars, obviously, but a lot stronger than rank 1 Familiar. So that level 11, I'd say, is pretty important up there on the Visage, and when he picks up that Axe, it's going to be ridiculous. We saw the Naga Siren struggling already versus just 2 of them. If there were 3 there, that Naga Siren would have also died. WWD on the prowl, looking for Ink Dota. Will he guess right? Did he get to see him time lapse out? And that's Weaver. He's going to be gone. Picks up that BKB, so at least now he can go ahead and get out of the Orchid. And I don't know. I mean, the Orchid counter item is Manta. Manta, though, a little bit more expensive than the BKB. So BKB, you're going to waste your charges trying to get out of the Orchid, but at least you don't die. There is that. Moonlight Shadows goes out. Trijax will be now invisible. He goes down to the AoE damage. Nothing you can do about that. WWD continues to try to stand here and fight. Gonna drop some remnants. Gonna get some more attacks in. Throws out the Illusion Rune. Would have loved to have saved that for when he actually got Silence. Jumps out of the Dream Coil. Ink gonna throw up the BKB. LeBron in a bit of trouble. Misha will go down. LeBron probably gonna live through this. Will live through this if they can get one more attack. The cogs go out. It's WWD on the Storm Spear that cleans it up. 4 down on the side of Team Chibiusa as UnNerve. They're in a good position to push into this mid-tier 2 tower, maybe swing bot, and look to extend their lead further. They've been winning the team fights. They haven't been, well, I guess they have been doing a good job of pushing down the towers. There are only 2 that remain, and it's going to be 1 pretty soon as the mid-tier 2 tower going to take a fall. Over a 10,000 gold advantage, over a 14,000 experience advantage. We've got a level 18 Storm Spirit and a level 9 Crystal Maiden. Very, very sad. And what do they say on the draft? You either get kills and feed, or you just feed. And I guess JNT has proven me wrong. He's splitting the difference. He's getting a couple kills and feeding. It's not his fault. It's how Crystal Maiden works. It's literally in the hero description. It's on the card that they make, like carry, nuker, ganker. On Crystal Maiden, it's like support, disabler, feeder. And oh, you know, support Visage is going to be taking out some Ancients. No big deal. Very, very strong. Looking to get up that Ags. And also, for some of you wondering, well, I see someone saying items, please, in the stream chat. Items do drop here from the stream, so if you do have the ticket for CEVO Season 3, that ticket is $199, and even though we're at week 5-2 in an 8-week regular season, it's still very worth it at $199 because we do have that postseason coming up here, and it's going to be a good one here. The CEVO-Main postseason is going to be great. There's also some quality teams in Open, which we'll try to also cover. So that should be pretty fun. Look at some of the upcoming teams as they will move on into Main, coming from the Open playoffs. So yeah, the postseason going to probably last another month or month and a half after the regular season. So still a lot of CEVO Season 3 to come. That $199 ticket would be very, very worth it. You can also follow on the streams, twitch.tv/playcevo and playcevo1, as well as cevo.com/watch. I know I say these things enough, and I say them because they're important. Make sure to help support CEVO and what we do here to be one of the best North American tournaments or leagues in CSGO, Dota 2, BF4, whatever other games we choose. The power is with you. But here we go. UnNerve, 34-19. It's all over the gold graph. We saw over 10,000 for the top 5 on net worth, as you might expect after seeing those graphs. All for UnNerve. Storm Spirit at 12.3, and then in 5th place we've got a Visage Trijex at 7.1k. Oh, what is that? 3 familiars. That means Aghanim's Scepter. They've also got that gem, and they've had it for a while, not dropping it in any of these little engagements, which means bad news for the Weaver. Mechanism up on LeBron, actually, he goes for that. 4-staff here on the Rubik, so 4-staff as well as the ability to steal Shikuchi. Going to be very, very mobile in the fights, very hard to kill, and just more things that you can get out of Net and Frostbite with. It's one of these heroes is great. 2 of them I think is a little maybe even greedy. I don't know. They still work very well together, but if you see it coming in the draft, I mean, you pick heroes like Potom, you pick Storm Spirit, both of them can get out of it. You build a 4-staff. Clockwork can get out of it too if he hooks to a friendly teammate. Anyone with an escape or, you know, able to farm up a quick 4-staff is going to be able to get out of either of those stuns, which makes locking people down hard. They still have the Dream Coil, but that's not really a super stun either. Potom can leap out of it. You can 4-staff out of it, take the mini stun, ball lightning out, and you don't even take the mini stun. I don't know if that's actually true, but you know, whatever. Dota's a very complicated game. You can't remember everything all the time. That's a good song as well, by the way. Everything All the Time. Is that the song name? I'm not sure. That Radiohead song. I'll find it. I'll play it next. I don't think that's the name of it, though. Anyways, Misha, gonna maybe find WWD. WWD way out of here, blinking forward with the silence, misses everything. And WWD's like, alright, I'll peace out. And it's gonna be Potter throwing out that ultimate. Mirror images going in. That's not gonna, well, nothing's gonna break that. They find the familiars. Clockwork as well is there. They realize now they're just split mirror images. Oh, Crystal Maiden in trouble. Living up to the feeding tab on her Dota 2 hero card. Unfortunate. JNT will go down 35-19. And with that kill, it's actually Rubik that gets that. The ultimate Magus, as he likes to remind us. It's going to be the Roshan attempt going on now. Here at 31 minutes, 15 seconds to go in to attempt the first Rosh. Going to drop up that Aegis. And thank God this patch came, because Roshan was changed quite a bit in Dire Tide. No cleave, no unit collision, upped his magic resistance, all things I don't care about because I didn't play Dire Tide at all. Tabo though, going to go down. They initiate outside of the Rosh pit. If Potom as well as Storm Spirit were on opposing teams, that would have been an amazing arrow, but XCOM throws it a little off the mark. Oh, they get sheeped up. WWD finishes that sheep stick, putting his net worth to use. Finishing up that Scythe of Vice, and there's some more pickoffs. Pings come out to defend the mid racks there by Team Chibiusa, but I think it's the Radiant UnNerve that have their eyes set here on the Roshan. Now at 32 minutes, they go back in to finish up the Rosh, who is very, very angry about it. There's that double damage rune top. This game was remade. Double damage was the top rune in the first lobby, and I think it was Trijex that picked it up saying, so I get to keep my double damage rune. So now he's got the opportunity to go grab it. And I'm sure it's not the first of the game. probably even the spawning top, but I notice it now, which is what counts. 37-19 though, the score here. And it looks like UnNerve, I mean, pretty much unfazed throughout the entire game. Maybe a couple little team fights didn't go quite their way, some of these bumps in the graph, but basically, very, very steady progression the entire game. Nothing really getting in their way, and they should be able to run away with this. That being said, I mean, pushing into a puck isn't the easiest thing in the world. They've also got the sleep. If Nagasire comes up with some huge sleeps, Timbersaw maybe with the damage on top of that. He would like level 16 here for level 3 in the shock room, so let's not say they're out of it, but it's going to be very, very tough for a Chibiusa to try to win this game. But of course they're not going to give up. They're going to play. Misha gets silenced up. Misha going to be brought down quickly. The Orca damage is going to be enough. I think he's going to die for that. The Familiars are just going to work. Now they switch over to Tabo. It's that Familiar with the Ags. Well, no stuns on anybody. Crystal Maiden with the ult. Crystal Maiden goes down. Tabo also in trouble on the Naga. Gonna go down now, sheeping up Ink Dota. WWD on a rampage, getting a double kill right there. As gonna be able to get off the cliff and TP. There is the Storm Spirit. That's 4 down. Misha says GG re. I mean, go next. Yeah. These are best of 3 series. This is game 1, UnNerve. They take it very, very convincingly. And this is actually the only game scheduled for tonight, because I'm going to flip over to the schedule soon, and you guys will realize it's from last week because somebody named Helium forgot to do their work today, because I was gifted Battlefield 4, and I've been very busy playing Battlefield 4, so I'm sorry. That's that, though. But here is your score screen, so you can take a moment to look at it. We're going to be heading into Game 2, possibly Game 3. UnNerve takes Game 1 rather convincingly. We'll see if Chibiusa can notch it up 1-1 and then maybe even take it 2-0. Both of these teams are 7-2 here in... Wait, did I say week? It is week 5 too, right? I'm not crazy. Alright, anyway, I am Helium. You can follow me on Twitter at HeliumBrella, and I would love you if you did that, but... Out of date again? Like, what is this game? Like, seriously. Seriously. Anyways, to music we go. Enjoy in the meantime.